Good morning, people, and ¿cómo estás? Welcome back to the Average Joe Sports Talk Show. I'm your host, Jay Real. We're so happy to have you in the house. We have so many cuts we want to give you all from golf, NBA, and the NFL. So we're just going to dive right on in and go right to the hot topic of the week. That's right, Tiger Woods. He ended up finishing fourth, 2 under 70. A lot of golfers ended up tying in that fourth position, but we gotta say, big ups to Adam Scott, the first Australian ever to win the Masters. He got himself a green jacket. Good job for you, buddy. But the big news, the big controversy of the whole golf weekend was Tiger Woods' infamous second round 15-hole blunder. Okay, so what happens? If you don't know about this, we're going to explain it to you so that way you do understand it. He hits a beautiful wedge shot, nearly perfect. It hits the flagpole, hits the pole, and ricochets back into the water zone. So he has a choice of making his drop there, which he would lose strokes, or to go back to his original shot, have a free drop. I believe it would be for a one-stroke drop, and that's what he chose to do. So he goes back to his original placement of the ball where he originally hit. Instead of dropping exactly to the minute measurement or area where he hit the ball from, he decides if he gives himself a little bit of space going farther away back from his original spot and dropping there, it would give him a better lineup to hit his shot. Now, from what I understand, any golfer that has ever played the game professionally has the same common courtesy, which is as long as you are not closer to the hole, or if you're not closer to the pin, if you're not moving further than you should be, then as long as you're within your general vicinity of hitting that shot, the previous shot, it's all good. So let's look at this, okay? Tiger Woods is within his area. He drops his ball a few feet behind, and he hits his shot, and he pars out, but of course he had a 1 under on the hole. So the committee, the judges, the officials, they review it, and they find that there is no error, that there's no mistake made, and everything's fine. They move on. Continues through. It was later in the second round, but in the interview following the match, following the round, Tiger Woods happens to tell a reporter that he was going to drop. He decided to give himself a little bit of feet back, so he dropped there and then hit his shot. That just opened up a whole can, because prior to that, the Asian golfer, 14-year-old, who was penalized a stroke for taking too long, they're going to have to look at this. They're going to have to review what Tiger Woods is talking about. Instead of him just being quiet, now this whole thing blows up. Now, why is this such a big deal? Well, really to us here at the Average Joe Sports Talk Show, and most people across the country that admire and that follow Tiger Woods and that respect the guy as a golfer, not as a person, but as a golfer, and understand the rules and the way that they laid it out, we don't see a big problem with this. But the people that are the haters, the people that are Tiger Woods dislikers, or whatever you want to call them, they went up in arms. Tiger Woods should be disqualified. He should DQ himself or withdraw from the event. Just on and on and on. And this is just absolutely ridiculous, because it has been said by many analysts that were there at the tournament, were there at the Masters, guys with 20, 30, 40 years plus experience with golf and these big tournaments, that if it wasn't Tiger Woods, that no one else would even have got any kind of punishment. This wouldn't even have been a reviewable offense. That this is just the norm thing that golfers do. You get within your area of the ball, you drop it, you hit, and you move on. But because it's Tiger Woods and he has to do interviews after every freaking event, every freaking day, he incriminated himself instead of just moving on, letting the day finish, maybe leaving interviews until the end of the Sunday. he incriminated himself, which opened up this big old can. So, basically, we're going to say, haters are going to hate. That's just the way it is. Tiger Woods in no way should have withdrew himself from this event. As a matter of fact, there have been sports analysts and professionals that said that this situation actually could have cost Tiger Woods the Masters. Why? Because he was assessed now not only 2 but 3, possibly 4 stroke penalty on this hole 15 in the second round, when no other golfer would have been assessed that 2 stroke penalty. So let's just break it down. Yes, he does finish in 4th, but imagine the momentum this guy would have had 1 shot back from the leaderboard going into that second round, the end of that second round. His confidence, his demeanor, his performance could have just flew out the window and just soared up into the sky. But because instead of that, he has to deal with everybody asking him to DQ and to withdraw, and he should be disqualified, and all these, Greg Norman and all these guys going out saying that he should be disqualified. That's bullcrap. The guy was assessed a 2-stroke penalty on top of the drop. It was just insane, the punishment he took for this drop. So with that said, we got to give big ups to Adam Scott, first Australian again to win. I'm sure they're still partying over there in Australia, but we couldn't be happy enough for them. Tiger, though, he's going to have to really tighten up his laces and come out on this next big tournament, because he has been winning, but he's been eluded by the big tournament. So we really hope he does well. Now, continuing on, we just real quick want to thank the Player Zone, who are our sponsors, and Right On Time Errand and Delivery Service for hooking us up with the house, giving us a place to do our show, to come in and give you the information on the hot sports topics that are going around the world. We can't appreciate them enough. You can contact them at Player Zone on Facebook. Just go to Facebook, Player Zone. You'll get right to them. Or you can go to RiadosoMidtown.com. Click on the Merchants tab. Scroll right down to Entertainment, and bam, you'll see the Player Zone, and you can get a hold of them that way as well. If you want to get in touch with us directly to the Average Joe Sports Talk Show, you can reach us through Facebook. That's right, Average Joe Sports Talk Show, Facebook, and leave us feedback, comments. Let us know what you think. Should Tiger Woods have been disqualified, or did he get gypped? Because he is Tiger Woods. It's kind of like they say, live by the sword, die by the sword. Yeah, Tiger Woods probably gets a lot of extra benefits when he's out on the course, but as we just saw on Saturday on that hole 15, they were just going to be like, we got to make a point here. It's Tiger Woods. We can make an example. Bam, 3 to 4 strokes penalty. Crazy, but it is what it is. So moving on, we're going to hit some NBA. Why Kobe Bryant? Gosh, this guy has a torn Achilles tendon. This dude is done. We are going to go ahead and predict that even if he does come back, he will be half the man he used to be. This injury ends careers, especially at this age, 35. Between that 35, 38, it's going to be very difficult for Kobe Bryant, to recover and be 100% from this injury. But if anyone could do it, it's Kobe Bryant. We always want to keep him down. We always want to put him down when he's down. We're not going to do that. We're just going to say this injury is very serious, and it has ended careers. So we would not be surprised if Kobe Bryant, he's for sure out through the rest of this playoffs and into next season. So we'll just have to wait and see. Time will tell if Kobe Bryant can make it back. We seriously doubt it. Now, what does that do for the Lakers? Well, let's just put it like this. The Lakers are still a game up on the Jazz with 1 game left. This is the way it plays out. If the Jazz win and Lakers lose, they tie, and the Utah Jazz own the tiebreaker. That's right. So the Utah Jazz will make the playoffs, the Lakers would not. Now, if the Lakers win and Utah loses, then of course the Lakers are in automatically. So, real interested to see. There's 1 game left in the regular season for NBA, and we are excited to see who's going to make it and who's not. Going into that playoff discussion, OKC has clinched the West. They are the best team with the best record, and we didn't doubt that. OKC has the team that should be the team to beat. But for whatever reason, whenever they face the Heat, they just can't get over that hurdle. And they should. They got youth. They got experience, and they got talent. They got three of the best players in the NBA behind the Heat. So why can't they do this? It's just going to be very interesting to see if they get matched up, especially if the Lakers make the playoffs and they get OKC that first round. They don't want that. There's no way in the world they want that. They'd rather get the Spurs, who play the similar way of basketball. They're an older team, and they just kind of ride it out like that. OKC would run them into the ground. They would have their way with them. They would probably sweep the Lakers. So, if the Lakers do make the playoffs, they want the Spurs, not OKC in that first round. So good luck to OKC. Congratulations for clinching. We are totally behind you guys. We would love to see OKC win the whole thing. Very doubtful. They got to go through the Heat, and it's going to be very tough. Now, we are going to go ahead and wrap up the show with NFL talk. Now, this is a very close story to my heart. This is a very serious story to my heart. James Harrison from the Pittsburgh Steelers is in talks right now with the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, it doesn't bother me so much that he would be a Bengal, because it looks like this deal is going to get done. It looks like the Bengals are doing it just in spite of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Why? Because the Pittsburgh Steelers dropped the ball. This is the first time you're going to hear me truly just go against my own team in sentiments about the way that they run their organization. But how in the world are you going to tell James Harrison that he's now welcome back to our starting roster with all that he's done for us? There has to be some respect. There has to be some loyalty there. Now, how did it play out when it first started? James Harrison was a free agent. Steelers said, okay, you got to take this amount of pay cut. I believe it was 20%, something like that. James Harrison says, you know what, you guys go fly a kite. I'm going to go test the open market, because he felt he could get it. Possibly could have, but unfortunately he didn't. So what does he do? He comes back to his home team, the team he's been playing for years, won Super Bowls with them, and he says, okay, I'm willing to deal. I'll even take less money than you previously offered. I just want to come back on the team. What do the Steelers do? They show him the door. So let me just break it down. If James Harrison is on the Bengals sideline next season, he is going to do whatever he has left in the tank, whatever he has left down to muster in that mid-30-year-old body of his. After many seasons, many injuries, many just breaking down, war tore. He's a warrior. He's been beat down, knocked down. Whatever he has left in his tank, I'm going to say it right now, Steelers are going to get the full wrath of that. Because right now he is totally upset. He is vengeful looking. When he looks at the Steelers, he's seeing red. His eyes are blazing in on us. And I would hate to be Ben Roethlisberger 2 times this season coming up, because we play the Bengals twice, and looking at James Harrison across the field wanting to kill somebody. But that's what the Steelers do. They put us in this predicament instead of putting them back on the roster at a less salary. I mean, this is very hard. It pulls at my heartstrings, because he should have been with us. He should have ended his career with us. I know it doesn't always work this way, but he actually asked to come back. The Steelers should have owed him that chance, gave him that opportunity, and we wouldn't be facing him next year. But instead, here we are. So that's very interesting. We're going to have to just wait and see. Of course, I'll never go against my Steelers game time, but I am very upset that they pulled this crap on us, that they're making us go through this and having to pick sides like this instead of just bringing the guy back and putting him on our team. So anyway, it is what it is. We just have to wait and see how well he does. And if he costs us games next year, if he costs us some kind of big championship or some kind of entry into the playoffs, all I'm going to do is get on the show and say, told you so, all right? Okay, moving on. Eagles They just signed Trent Edwards to a restricted free agent, and guess what? Opened the door, dropped him right out of it. They just released him. Trent Edwards was a guy a couple, 3 seasons ago that was on his way up in Buffalo. People, he was signing big deals. People were so big on Trent Edwards, and now the guy's unemployed. It's sad, but that's just the way the NFL works. You know, it's that what have you done for me lately syndrome. And it seems like Trent Edwards just can't do anything for anybody lately, and he's getting kicked around the league. So what else can you say? I actually like the guy. We hope he does well. We hope he can land on the team. There's so many teams that need quarterbacks. It's just like Kevin Kolb. These guys, they blow up for a few games, and next thing you know, people are paying big money, overpaying for these NFL quarterbacks. So maybe Trent Edwards will get a break. Now, funny news in football, Vince Young has been trying out and working out for the Oakland Raiders. All you Raider fans, we're going to have Raiders girl in here hopefully next week so she can talk about her Raiders. And we're going to ask her, what do you think if Vince Young came on your team or made it to the team? Who knows? We'll just have to wait and see, but that's interesting talk. And then to wrap up our show, we're going to stay on NFL and just say that Faith Hill will no longer be singing the Sunday Night Football theme. That's right. So send us comments, feedback. Give us your idea who you think should be the next Sunday Night Football theme singer. It could be female, it could be male, it could be whoever you think, a Martian for all we care. Just hit us up on our Average Joe Sports Talk Show through Facebook, or you could just go right here on YouTube and leave us your feedback and comments on who should be the next Sunday Night Football theme singer. So, that is our show for today. We appreciate you all tuning in, signing in to YouTube, and checking us out. We gave you our cuts on some of the hot topics going around the sports information wires. We hope you enjoyed it. For right now, J Real's going to sign out saying peace and much love. We'll see you on Friday's show. God bless. J Real. J Real.